Welcome to Virtual Learning Lab. Today we'll be discussing an overview of programming language. Today we'll be covering 7 key points. First one was computer program. What's programming language? Data representation computer, machine language, assembly language, high level language, assembler, compiler, interpreter. What is a computer program? Before starting any programming language, we should understand what's a computer program and why we need a computer program. A program is written as a series of human understandable computer instructions that can be read by a compiler and linker and translate into machine code so that computer can understand and run it. It is also a sequence of statements that instruct a computer in how to solve a problem called a program. What's a programming language? To support computer program, we required a programming language. Programming language is a computer language programmer used to develop applications, scripts, or any other set of instructions for a computer to execute. A state of statements, or you can say a sequence of statements to instruct a computer to execute a specific transaction. These languages include assembler, C or C++, a computer motherboard with a CPU, RAM and all. The instruction to boot a computer are limited to a small amount of memory in boot ROM chip, so are usually written in assembler. A system like Linux, Windows are written in C and C++. Data representation computer only understand the machine language statements. Machine language statements is a sequence of ones and zeros that cause a computer to perform a particular action, such as add, subtract, multiply. For example, add two numbers. Machine language statements are stored in a computer's memory, which is a sequence of switches. For convenience of representation, on switch is represented by 1 and off switch is represented by 0. Machine language appear to be binary, base 2. Assembly language. Instead of using string of binary bits in a machine language, programmers start using the English-like word as a command that can be easily interpreted by a programmer. The program is alphanumeric symbols. Instead of ones and zeros, the designer choose easy symbols that are to be remembered by the programmer so that a programmer can easily develop a program in an assembly language. The alphanumeric symbols are called mnemonics in the assembly language. The add, sub, multiply, divide, etc. The some symbols are used. For example, we are saying move, AL, CL and all, which indicate load AL with an immediate value of 1, and likewise we are using symbols in assembly language. After assembling, we have high level languages. The procedure oriented languages are the high level language. These languages are employed for easy and speedy development of a program. The disadvantages observed with the assembly language are overcome with the high level language. The programmer does not need to remember the architecture and design of CPU for developing a program. It's portable to another machine also. Compilers are used to translate high-level language program into machine language. For example, HLL, COBOL, Fortran, Basic, C and C++ are examples of high-level languages. Assembler and compiler. Program translator translate source code of programming language into machine language instruction code. Generally, computer programs are written in language like COBOL, C, Basic, assembly language, which should be translated into machine language before execution. List of translators are assembler, compiler, and interpreter. Assembler. Let's understand the assembler. What is assembler? Assembler translates a symbolic code of program into an assembly language into programmer of assembly language into machine language instructions. Symbolic language is translated to machine code in the ratio of 1:1 symbolic instruction to the to one machine code instruction. Such type of languages are called low-level languages. The assembler programs translate the low-level language to the machine code. The translator job is performed either manually or by a program called assemblers. Compilers. Compilers are the translators which translate all instructions of a program into machine code, which can be used again and again. The program which is to be translated is called source program. After translation, the object code is generated. High-level languages such as C, C++, Java compiler are employed. The compiler displays a list of errors, warning, and statements violating the syntax rule of the language. Compiler also have the ability of linking subroutine of the program. Interpreters. The interpreter generate a object code of a source program. Interpreter read the program line by line, whereas in compiler the entire program is read by the compiler, which then generates the object code. Interpreter directly execute the program from the source code. Due to this, every time the source code should be inputted to interpreter. In other words, each line is converted into object code. It takes very less time for execution because no intermediate object code is generated. Linker you can say is a C language programmed very large library which contains the numerous functions. In some application of C library may be very large file. Linkers is a program that combines the source code and the codes from the library. Linking is a process of bringing together the source program and library code. Library functions are relocatable. The renders of various machine code are defined absolutely, and only offset information are kept. When the source program links with the standard library functions, offset of the memory address is used to create actual address. Thank you. Have a nice day. You can refer the textbook given in your LMS for further and detailed description of topic discussed.